This is Walter, the rescue turtle. I just put him down, rescued him out of a storm drain that he couldn't get out of. The floodwaters carried him through the storm drains in our neighborhood, and he couldn't get out. He would have just drowned there. Hi, Walter. I set him down a couple of minutes ago. It seems like he was enjoying the fresh air and the sunshine. The floodwaters are rising. What would normally take care of our storm water is feeding the Waccamaw River right into our neighborhood. The water here is rising, but it also has oil in it and other petrochemical. If you've seen my video of this location, I'm sure you've seen just beautiful water. There's Walter right there. He's popping his head up to check out. He'll probably hang around here. I would hope so. So the water is rising in our neighborhood, and I'll be traveling in and out on a bicycle once I can't drive the car out. Or what I'll do is I'll drive the car out. This area right here is the low spot on our property, and I've got a couple of shovels. I only need one, but I'll make it lower when it hits high spots here so it'll drain on out. The other thing that I did is set up some sandbags here to stop the water from infiltrating. It's very likely that we aren't going to be flooded out of our house. I bought the last sandbags, or the lady behind me did, at Home Depot, a 1/4 ton of sandbags to help keep the water from coming in our home. And I'm going to take you around front and just show you a little of how this works. The water seeks level. This water is dripping on out of our condensate from our air conditioning or heat pump system. I've got it running as cold as possible. All the lights are on in the house because they're going to be my light source for out here should the water rise up and I need to cut a path for it to drain out to the road. Right over there is where Walter, the rescue turtle, came from. He couldn't get out of the storm drain, so we pulled the lid off and picked him up. Brian and I and Nettie did that. Here's the low spot in the road right there where my finger is, and water is starting to come out of there. That's the car killer I need to be concerned about, right where the Jeep is right now. The water is coming from that retention pond, but ultimately it's coming from the Waccamaw River and the flooding that occurred from what was called Hurricane Florence. Just to be clear, here's the longer shadows. Just to be clear, they're modifying the weather and flooding some people out and creating drought. Who are they? Well, the deep state, the shadow government. I've got a liked video playlist that's over 1,300 videos to show some of the activity like weather modification and some of the different military actions and financial activities of the world elite. I hesitate to say global elite. The water fills its container, covers the face of the earth. What shape is the puddle that the continents rise out of? It's on a need-to-know basis. I don't really need to know. I know that wind chimes don't work upside down, neither does taking a shower or a bath or even a friendly game of billiards. None of that would happen. Wind chimes can't hang upside down, right? Water doesn't flow upside down. It seeks its level, covers the face of the earth. You know, I'm probably going to take my my sewer lid off here to see what it looks like in there. There might be another one of Walter's friends maybe is bumping around in there. But like I normally like to say, Eternal Perspective is the name of my YouTube channel. and I've got sandbags around the garage. This is how I did it. And I threw them in there so they're really compressed tightly end to end. And I may have to break one of them open and fill up void areas. I've got some extras. And rather than just pile them by the door, I don't want water anywhere near that door. I've got a lithium powered blower to blow water. I can blow a lot of water with that, and a squeegee and a shovel to put the water on the other side. The sand will actually work as a tremendous barrier. That's why it's so popular, and it's actually illegal to take sand from the beach. Just so you know, I think that's one that we violate around here just by sand gets everywhere, right? When you go to the beach, but you can't take bags of it home for disaster preparedness. So Joni wanted me to return them. I said, no way. I'm keeping the sandbags. Here's another low spot in the lawn. What I did is I cut it as tight as I could because I may need to shovel. It's easier to shovel short grass to cut a path than long grass. I actually wanted to leave the longer up here because it'll create more resistance. I just wanted to follow the pathway out. I've got the grills ready for some grilling. Looking forward to that. And I'm gonna go up to the Highway 9 where I did the live broadcast this morning. I don't think we can see the water tower from here. No. But it's about a mile that way. Shade is nice. Shade is cool. The water is relentless. It'll just continue to come. So they're saying it's about reached its peak, and I said, well, that's great. Joni called and told me. I said, the water that we're dealing with here, we still may have a problem. I don't know. I hope not. What I want to do is thank you all for your concern, your public and private encouragement. This is my Flat Earth meetup. One more time, you know, I've been talking about water seeking its level all over the face of the earth. It means a little different. It's a little different now. So to be clear, there are people that are back there that have their vehicles relatively stranded. They're up on a pad like that and or like this, and to get out of their driveway would mean they would back into water that would likely kill the car. So they're stuck. That's why I've got the bicycle in the trunk. I'll drive it on out, and it works well. And then I'll leave the motorcycle around to be able to get around in here and go back and forth with the bike. I could ride through 5 feet of water if I needed to. Not on sand, but on blacktop. It'll be kind of interesting. I'd like to record it. I hope I have no need for that. I hope the water goes away. Eternal perspective. You can YouTube it, and I encourage everybody to hear, share, and of course, obey God's word for an eternal perspective. One that you can enjoy.